Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, dear devotees, thank you very much for your kind association. Please accept my humble obeisances at your lotus feet. Vancha kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhya eva cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय। नमः ओं विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदांत स्वामिनिति नामिने नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। Reading from Granthara Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 3, Chapter 25, entitled The Glories of Devotional Service, Text 42. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Srimad Bhagavatam 3.25.42. Lord Shri Kapiladev Muni is speaking to his dear mother, Srimati Devahuti Devi. मद्भयात् वाति वातोऽयं सूर्यस्तपति मद्भयात् वर्षन्तिरो वर्षत् इन्द्रो दहत् अग्निर्मृत्युश्चरति मद्भयात्. This is a very, very famous and important verse of Srimad Bhagavatam, and it should be memorized by all of us. This is a verse to be memorized. Bhagwan Shri Kapildev Muni is telling us about his own glory. It is because of my supremacy that the wind blows. Out of fear of me, the sun shines. Out of fear of me. And out of fear of me, the Lord of the clouds, Indra, sends forth showers of rain. Out of fear of me. Fire burns out of fear of me. And death goes about taking its toll, also out of fear of me. Hare Krishna. This is the awesome power of Krishna. Wind blows out of fear of Krishna. Sun shines out of fear of Krishna. Indra sends rain out of fear of Krishna. Fire burns out of fear of Krishna. Death kills out of fear of Krishna. Madbhayat vati vatoyam suryastapati madbhayat वर्षतीन्द्रो दहत अग्निर्मृत्युश्चरति मदभयात्. Vat means wind. Madbhayat, vati, vatoyam. This wind blows out of fear of me. Suryastapati madbhayat. The sun shines out of fear of me. Varshatindro. Indra gives rain out of fear of me. Dahat agnir. Fire burns out of fear of me. Mrutyuscharati madbhayat. And even death goes around taking its toll out of fear of me only. Which means Krishna is all powerful. Krishna controls everyone. In the purport, Srila Prabhupada writes, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna, says in Sri Bhagavad Gita that the natural laws being enacted are correct in all activities because of his superintendence. Mayadhyakshena prakriti suyate sacharacharam. Everything is working in this nature under Krishna's superintendence. Srila Prabhupada says that all these devatas like Chandra, Varun, Vayu, etc., they are adhikari devata. They are departmental heads. The government of the Supreme Lord consists not only of one planet or two or three, there are millions of planets and millions of universes. The Supreme Personality of Godhead Krishna has a huge government and he requires assistants. The demigods are considered his bodily limbs. They are all his assistants working under him. The next paragraph, Srila Prabhupada writes in the purport, one who has taken shelter of the Supreme Personality of Godhead is completely protected from all other influences. He no longer serves or is obliged to anyone else. Of course, he is not disobedient to anyone, but his full power of thought is absorbed in the service of Krishna. The statements by the Supreme Personality of Godhead Kapiladev that under his direction the air is blowing, fire is burning, sun is giving heat are not sentimental. These are facts. Very interesting. In this purport, Srila Prabhupada says a devotee is directly under the control of Krishna, who is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And therefore, a devotee is not obliged to any of these departmental heads because the devotee is all directly in touch with the Supreme Controller, Krishna. However, the devotee does not misuse his power. The devotee does not disobey the laws of material nature. That is a very important point. So again, let's meditate on this verse. Bhagwan Shri Kapila is saying, Mad bhayad vati vatoyam, wind blows out of fear of me. Suryas tapati mad bhayat, sun shines out of fear of me. Varshat Indro, Indra sends Varsha, rain out of fear of me. Dahat Agni, Agni Dev burns everything out of fear of me. Mrutyus charati mad bhayat, and even death does what it does, take its toll, only under my control, out of fear of me. When Krishna says, Death, go and end the life of that jiva, death does it. Therefore, a devotee is not afraid of death. Mrutyu sarva harascha aham. Krishna will meet us in the form of death. So when death comes, a devotee is not afraid. When death comes, a devotee doesn't run away. A devotee is ready to meet with death because death is nothing but Krishna's mercy. Death is Krishna's invitation to come to Golok Vrindavan. Why should a devotee be afraid? Manmana bhavamad bhakto madhyaji mam namaskuru mam evashyasi. If we are devotees of Krishna, we are chanting Krishna's name, we are thinking of Krishna, we are Krishna conscious, then death is the medium by which we will meet Krishna. So devotee is ready to die. Text 43. ज्ञान वैराग्य युक्तेन भक्ति योगेन योगिनः क्षेमाय पादमूलं मे प्रविश्यन्त कुतो भयम्. I have to take this call 1 second. Sorry. Hare Krishna. I'm really sorry. So Jnana Vairagya Yuktena Bhakti Yogena Yoginaha Kshemaya Pada Moolam Me Pravishant Akuto Bhayam. This is text 43. Translation. The yogis equipped with transcendental knowledge and renunciation and engaged in devotional service for their eternal benefit take shelter of my lotus feet, and since I am the Lord, they are thus eligible to enter into the kingdom of God without fear. Pravishant akuto bhayam. They take shelter. Padamulam pravishanti. They take shelter of my lotus feet, and therefore akuta bhayam. They remain without fear. Who? The yogis, who are equipped with transcendental knowledge as well as renunciation of this material world. Unless and until there is vairagya, one cannot really take shelter of Krishna, because we are stuck up in the material world. Our expectations are in the material world, our attachments are in the material world. Then how we can take shelter of Krishna? Therefore, vairagya is also important. We become detached from this material world and we become attached to Krishna. Jnana vairagya yuktena bhakti yogena yogena. The yogi is equipped with bhakti, knowledge, and renunciation. Bhakti, jnana, vairagya. They are able to take shelter of my lotus feet. Bhagwan Kapil Dev is saying, Padamulam pravishanti. And then they become fearless. Akuta bhayam. As long as we are attached to things of this material world, we will not be fearless. As long as we are depending on any shelter other than Krishna, we will not be truly happy and fearless. Because bhajahure mana Shrinanda Nandana Abhaya Charanara Bindare. In the purport, Srila Prabhupada writes, one who actually wants to be liberated from the entanglement of this material world and go back home, back to Godhead, is actually a mystic yogi. The words explicitly used here are yuktena bhakti yogena. Those yogis or mystics who engage in devotional service are the first class yogis. Also, Bhagavad Gita 6th chapter culminates with that. Yoginam api sarvesham madgatena antaratmana. The best yogi is one who is always absorbed in Krishna. Further down in the purport, Srila Prabhupada says, to become a bhakti yogi means to automatically attain knowledge and renunciation. Who can explain this sentence? Please raise your hand. Srila Prabhupada says, to become a bhakti yogi means to automatically attain knowledge and renunciation. What does that mean? How does that happen? Yes, Janani Mataji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
If we do service to Krishna, automatically we will be attracted to him, and we feel everything in this world as temporary and deceitful. So we will be automatically renunciated to such things, and we will be full of knowledge also at the same time, because serving Krishna means he will automatically give us the knowledge to how to go back to him.
Dadami buddhi yogam tam.
Dadami.
And if we know Krishna through bhakti, then we know everything. What is the praman? Yomam evam
Yo mam evam asammodo janati purushottama sarvavid bhajati.
So knowledge aa gaya. Sarvavid, knowledge is there. And vairagya, how vairagya comes from bhakti?
Automatically we will become disinterested with
Param
everything.
drishtva nivartate. Because we have a higher taste in bhakti. So this is how bhakti gives knowledge and renunciation. Therefore, Srila Prabhupada says that to become a bhakti yogi means to automatically attain knowledge and renunciation. Vasudeva Bhagavati Bhakti Yoga Prayojita Janayati Ashu Vairagya Jnanam Chayat Ahetukam. Bhagavatam says. Shamchandra Prabhu, you wanted to add something? I saw you. Feel free to add something, Prabhuji, if you want to.
Yes, Prabhu, I was just remembering that verse, Yasa Deve Para Bhaktir, Yata Deve Tata Guru, Tasyate Kateta Artha, Prakashante Mahatmana. So the knowledge is automatically, the imports of all the Vedic knowledge will automatically come to a person who is surrendered to the spiritual master with unflinching faith and complete devotion. So I was remembering that verse actually.
Very,
So
very
that's how
nice.
when we think of bhakti, automatically this whole thing comes to us.
Yes, very nice. And actually, Srila Prabhupada writes that in the purport. To anyone, look at the purport, little bit down, somewhere in the lower half of the purport. To anyone who has full faith in the Supreme Personality of Godhead and the spiritual master, all the import of the Vedic literatures is revealed. He does not have to seek separately. That's exactly what Shamchandra Prabhu is saying, that Prabhupada is quoting here. Yasadeva para bhaktir yatha deve tatha guru tasyeti kajatha artha prakashante mahatma. This is the last verse of Shvetashvatara Upanishad. So then we come to what is akuta. Srila Prabhupada says something very, very interesting. This could be little discussion evoking sentence. Look at what Srila Prabhupada is saying. The conclusion is that one cannot be sure of entrance into the spiritual realm in either the impersonal Brahmajyoti effulgence of the Lord or the Vaikuntha planets within that Brahman effulgence, unless one is surrendered unto the lotus feet of the Supreme Lord. The surrendered souls are called Akuto Bhaya. They are doubtless and they are fearless, and their entrance into the spiritual kingdom is guaranteed. Mamevaya prapadyante, mayametam tarante. They guaranteed. So what does this mean? That one cannot be sure of entrance into the spiritual realm either in the impersonal Brahmajyoti effulgence or the Vaikuntha planets unless one is surrendered to the lotus feet of the Supreme Lord. Vaikuntha planets we can understand. What about Brahman effulgence? Anybody wants to share any reflection on this? Yes, Shama Vallavi Mataji. Interesting, right?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare
Prabhuji,
Krishna.
I think that unless the bhakti element is there, even the jnani who wants to get liberated cannot get liberation. So he has to do bhakti in order to go to Brahma Jyoti also. So
Yes,
bhakti element should be there.
okay. Any thoughts on this? Anybody else? That's good, Shama Vallavi Mataji. Bhakti element is required for perfection in any path, whether it is Jnana Marg, whether it is Karma Marg, Dhyan Marg. But don't you agree? This is very interesting. Prabhupada is saying the conclusion is that one cannot be sure of entrance into the spiritual realm in either the Brahmajyoti or Vaikuntha planets unless one is surrendered unto the lotus feet of the Supreme Lord. The famous verse, we are reminded. Yanya Arvindaksha Vimukta Manina Stvayashta Bhavat Avishuddha Buddhaya Aruya Krachena Parampadam Tata Patanti Adho Anadara Dyashmat Angraya. If we don't have respect for the lotus feet of Krishna, it is possible to fall down from one's path when one is aspiring for the Mukti, Brahmajyoti. So therefore, if there is Anadara Dyashmat Angraya, if there is another for Krishna's lotus feet, then one cannot get any spiritual success. So in this sense, we can understand that the bhakti element is very much required. Give me 1 second. Got a message from the hospital. So like that. Now text 44. Shamchandra Prabhu, can you read text 44? Yeah.
Yes, Prabhu. I was not able to unmute. That's why
Sorry, sir.
I was struggling.
Yeah.
1 second. I have just unmuted. I'll go to text 44 now.
44,
Yeah,
yeah.
I'm on. एतावानेव लोकस्मिन् पुंसां निरिष्य सुधाय तीव्रेण भक्ति योगेन मनोमयी अर्पितं स्थिरम्.
Yes.
Therefore, persons whose minds are fixed on the Lord engage in intensive practice of devotional service Therefore, persons whose minds are fixed on the Lord engage in the intensive practice of devotional service. That is the only means for attainment of the final perfection of life.
Thank you, Prabhuji. So Bhagwan Kapil Dev Muni is saying that unless the mind is fixed on Lord Krishna, and unless one is engaged in the intensive practice, Tivrena Bhakti Yogena, intensive practice of devotional service, that is the only means for attainment of the final perfection of life. Nishreyasa, final perfection of life will come, Udayaha, when Tivrena Bhakti Yogena Manaha Mai Arpitam Sthiram. That the mind should be offered to Krishna. Mai Arpitam. Bhagwan is saying, mind should be offered to me. Can you quote some parallel verses from Srimad Bhagavatam and Bhagavad Gita that speak of the same Siddhanta? Yes, Shama Vallavi Mataji.
Ma sarvakamo va mokshakamo udaradi tivrena bhakti yogena ejite purusha param.
Excellent. Wasn't this a memorization verse in Bhakti Vaibhava?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Previous modules. Very good. So this is from Srimad Bhagavatam. Any verse from Bhagavad Gita that is parallel? Yes, Sarojanandini Mataji. I saw your hand go like this. So
Hare Krishna, Prabhu Dandatanam.
Hare Krishna.
Prabhu, is it Manmana Bhava Madbhakto?
Excellent.
Madhyati Mam Namaskaro,
Yes.
Mame Vaishasi. Satyam Te Pati Jane Prayasimi.
That is one. Any other verse from Bhagavad Gita where Krishna is saying, offer your mind to me? Manomai Arpitam. There are several verses in Bhagavad Gita like that. Did you mean to raise your hand again, Shama Vallavi Mataji? Or that was for the previous verse? Previous question.
Previous one.
Okay. How about Mai Arpita Manobuddhir Mame Vashasi Asamshaya? Same. Offer your mind and intelligence to me. So many places. Ananya Chetasa. Ananya Chetas. What is that verse? Satyaru Mataji?
अनन्य चेता सततम योमां स्मरति नित्यस्याहं सर्वपार्थ नित्ययुक्तस्य योगिनः.
This is such a fantastic statement by Krishna. One of the favorite verses, most hope-giving. Mataji, say it again.
अनन्य चेता सततम योमां स्मरति नित्यशः तस्याहं सुलभः पार्थ नित्ययुक्तस्य योगिनः.
Krishna is saying, one who always thinks of me, one who is always engaged in remembering me, tasya aham sulabha partha. Oh Partha, I am sulabh. Otherwise, Vedeshu durlabham. Adurlabham atma bhakto govindam adi purusham tamaham bhajami. This is Krishna. If we are always practicing Krishna consciousness, then Krishna is sulabh.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. One small doubt, Prabhuji. In the previous purport, it is said that unless he is surrendered unto the lotus feet of the Supreme Lord, so it is. If it is lotus feet, then that means he is. But he is not an impersonal, no.
Correct.
But Prabhuji says either in the impersonal Brahma Jyoti. How do we understand that?
That is what is so interesting. I was also surprised. I didn't expect like that Srila Prabhupada will say, but this is Prabhupada's bhav. Prabhupada is such a pure devotee, so absorbed in Krishna, because Srila Prabhupada knows Brahma Jyoti also is coming, effulgence from Krishna only. And my understanding, when I read this again and again, this sentence, because I found it very interesting. And my understanding was that one cannot have disrespect for the Bhagwan feature of Krishna. And at least one must have appreciation that yes, Brahmajyoti is there, Bhagwan is there, Paramatma is there, all three forms are there. My preference is that I want to get out of the cycle of repeated birth, old age, disease, death, Janma, Mrityu, Jara, Vyadhi. I just want to be one with Krishna. And those who have that mentality, without having disrespect for Krishna's lotus feet, without having disrespect for the Bhagwan or Paramatma feature, then they can attain Brahman realization. Then they can attain the Brahma Jyoti. Some people may be like that. They may just want to merge. They're impersonalists. They're Brahmavadis. That was my understanding. So Surrendered unto the lotus feet of the Supreme Lord means following the instructions of Krishna, because Krishna does give instructions for the impersonalists also. In the Shastra, impersonal realization is a bona fide realization. Brahmeti Paramatmeti Bhagavaniti Shabdyate. So, by following the Ved Vakya, by following the Vidhi mentioned in the Vedas, which are coming from Krishna, and following the path of attaining Brahmajyoti, by following Krishna's instructions, they are surrendering at the lotus feet of Krishna. Because to attain Brahmajyoti, also the instructions required is given by Krishna only. So, like that. So in Bhagavad Gita, Krishna talks about all the different paths. He talks about Jnana Yoga, he talks about Karma Yoga, talks about Bhakti Yoga. So those who are true Brahmavadis, true impersonalists, who want to just merge in Krishna's Brahmajyoti effulgence, they are also in one way surrendering to the lotus feet of Krishna because they are following Krishna's instructions on the Brahmavad Marg. Only thing is, they should not have disrespect for the Bhagwan realization. They should not think that Bhagwan realization is something temporary, like the Mayavadis do. So that was how I reconciled this sentence of Srila Prabhupada. Does that make sense to you, Satyarupadaji? That's how
Yes,
I
Prabhuji. Great. So the main difference, as you said, is they are not Mayavadis, they are Brahmavadis. That is
Yes, Mayavadis cannot attain.
understood.
Mayavadi Krishna Aparadhi, Mahaprabhu says in Chaitanya Charitamrita.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. So, etavan eva lokesmin pumsam nishrayaso dayah tivrana bhakti yogena manomay arpitam sthiram. We have to offer our mind to Krishna. Srila Prabhupada writes in the purport, here the words manomay arpitam, which mean the mind being fixed on me, are significant. One should fix his mind on the lotus feet of Krishna or Krishna's incarnation, like Lord Ramachandra, Lord Narasimhadev, Lord Narayan. To be fixed steadily in that freedom is the way of liberation. And Srila Prabhupada very brilliantly says, Ambarish Maharaj is an example. He fixed his mind on the lotus feet of Krishna. Savai Mana Krishna Padaravindayo. That is bhakti. And Srila Prabhupada quotes from Bhagavad Gita again towards the end of the purport. Even Arjun said, Chanchalam hi manah Krishna. The mind is always agitated, chanchal. The best course is to fix the mind on the lotus feet of the Lord. Manomaya arpitam sthiram. If one seriously engages in Krishna consciousness, that is the highest perfectional stage. All Krishna conscious activities are on the highest perfectional level of human life. So we should engage seriously, Prabhupada says, and constantly, more and more, in the service of Krishna, that is devotional service. Thus end the Bhaktivedanta purports of the third canto, 25th chapter of the Srimad Bhagavatam, entitled The Glories of Devotional Service. Hare Krishna. Now we will do Shri Ganeshaya Namaha of chapter 26, entitled Fundamental Principles of Material Nature. Text 1. Shri Bhagavan Uvacha Athate Sampravikshami Tatvanam Lakshanam Prithak Yad Viditva Vimuccheta Purusha Prakritair Gunaihi. Translation. The personality of Godhead, Bhagwan Kapiladev, continued, My dear Mother Devahuti, now I shall describe unto you the different categories of the absolute truth, knowing which any person can be released from the influence of the modes of material nature. Vimuccheta Purusha Prakritair Gunai. Here Purush means any person. Pumsa. Any person. Prakritae Gunai Vimuccheta. One will be released from the modes of material nature. Dear devotees, our problem in this world is that we are bound by the modes of material nature. What are the modes of material nature compared to ropes? Guna also means rope. So we are bound. In the purport, Srila Prabhupada writes, as stated in Bhagavad Gita, one can understand the Supreme Personality of Godhead, the absolute truth, only through devotional service. Bhaktya mam abhijanati. As stated in Srimad Bhagavatam, the object of devotional service is mam, Krishna. Savai pumsam parodharma yatho bhaktir adhokshaje. Bhakti to who? Krishna. Adhokshaje. Bhakti means for Krishna. And as explained in Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita, to understand Krishna means to understand Krishna in his personal form, with his internal energy, his external energy, his expansions, and his incarnations. I will be very, very delighted if someone can immediately raise their hand and quote this verse from Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita and tell me what is the verse number. 3 times Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. जननी माता जी की जय.
Prabhuji, I don't know the sloka correctly, but I remember the sloka. Is it Ishana, Isha Bhaktana? First sloka.
First shloka, the first verse of the first chapter of the Adi Leela of Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita. What is that?
Isha,
Vande
Isha,
Krishna,
Vande Sri
Krishna
Krishna, Isha.
Chaitanya. Vande Shri Krishna Chaitanya. No, that is a different. Vande Krishna Chaitanya. Tat Prakasham Sata Shakti. Krishna Chaitanya Samnekam. Vande Isha Bhaktan. Ishan Ishavatakam. Tat Prakasham Sata Shakti. Krishna Chaitanya Samnekam. That is the verse. Vande Gurun Isha Bhaktan. No, not Vande Guru. Satyarup Mataji comes to the rescue again. How does it exactly start?
Vande Gurun Isha Bhaktan, Ishavatakam.
Tat Prakasham Sata Shakti Krishna Chaitanya Samnekam.
Chaitanya Sanjana.
Vande Gurun Isha Bhaktan. Isham Ishavatakam. Tat Prakasham Sata Shakti Krishna Chaitanya Samnekam. First verse of Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita.
Ishavatarakan, Prabhuji. Ishavatarakan.
Vande Guru Isha Bhaktan. Isham Ishavatakam. Ishavatakam. Tat Prakasham Sata Shakti Krishna Chaitanya Samnekam. Yes, very nice. Thank you, Mataji. So, Prabhupada is quoting that. Now, Prabhupada says Sankhya philosophy is especially meant for persons who are conditioned by this material world because it's step by step, gives you knowledge of Krishna, knowledge of this material world, how to become detached from it. It is generally understood by the parampara system. This is very important. Bhakti cannot be understood unless we are sheltered under Guru Parampara. Guru Parampara is very important. Tato mam tatvato nyatva vishaditad anantaram. By understanding the Lord according to various categories, one can become eligible to enter into the kingdom of God. By understanding the science of devotional service in Sankhya philosophy, one can become free from the modes of material nature. The eternal soul, after becoming freed from the spell of material nature, becomes eligible to enter into the kingdom of God. Yesterday, what did we discuss? The 9 prameya. What were they? Who remembers the 9 prameyas that Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur explains? Devoti Mataji, please go ahead.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dashamula Stotra.
Dashamula Stotra. First is what is Praman. Then there are 9 tattvas, 9 prameyas. First one is Param Tattva. That Shri Hari, Krishna, is Param Tattva, Supreme Personality of Godhead. Then that Param Tattva is Akhila Rasamrita Murti. He is the abode of all rasa. He is Sarva Shaktiman. 2 and 3. He is Sarva Shaktiman. He is the possessor of all Shaktis. Antaranga Shakti, Bahiranga Shakti, Tatastha Shakti. So, the Supreme Lord is Param Tattva, Krishna. He is Sarva Shaktiman. He is Akhila Rasamrita Murti. He has got Vibhinnamsha Tattva. So, he expands as many incarnations. Those are Swamsha. But then there is a Vibhinnamsha Tattva also consisting of Baddha Jivas and Mukta Jivas. Baddha Jivas are infected with what?
Maya.
They have Myangitis. Like meningitis, they have meningitis. They have the infection of Maya. So, Baddha Jivas have infection of Maya. Mukta Jivas are free from Maya. They have no infection. They are completely free from Maya. Then, Baddha Jiva, Mukta Jiva. Then, there is Shuddha Bhakti. It is the only way of attaining Krishna for the Baddha Jiva. Shuddha Bhakti. And then finally, there is Krishna Priti, where there is love for Krishna, and Shuddha Bhakti is the sadhan, and Krishna Priti or Krishna Prem is the Prayojan. Abhideya is Shuddha Bhakti, and Prayojan is Krishna Prem. These are the different truths that we saw yesterday. So Prabhupada is saying, see, when you read Prabhupada's purports, there is so much from Jaiva Dharma. It's striking. Srila Prabhupada says, the eternal self means the jiva, who is Vibhinnamsha, after becoming free from the spell of material nature, becomes free from the infection of Maya, becomes eligible to enter into the kingdom of God, can attain Krishna. So this is very beautiful. And this will be taught by Bhagwan Kapil Dev in this Sankhya philosophy. Now, what this Sankhya philosophy is, I think we will continue day after tomorrow. And today, I'm really sorry. This suddenly came upon me, being on call till 10 o'clock. Somebody did not show up, and so I'm just remotely on call. So I sincerely beg forgiveness for the interruptions today. But this will not happen, hopefully again. And Thursday, I'm off in the evening, so I can give exclusive attention. So again, sorry, and we will continue day after tomorrow. Any questions or comments? Okay, so we will end here and we'll continue from second verse, verse number 2. Yes, Satyarupa Mataji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Prabhuji, not related to this class, just a small question. What is the difference between Vyasti Guru and Samasti Guru, Prabhuji?
Samasti Guru is the Akhanda Guru Tattva, originating from Lord Balaram. The Akhanda Guru Tattva is called Samasti Guru. And Vyasti Guru means the individual Guru who is representing the Akhanda Guru Tattva. For example, if someone is a disciple of His Holiness, Srila Bhakti Raghav Swami Maharaj. Srila Bhakti Raghav Swami Maharaj comes in the bona fide Guru Shishya Parampara, being an initiated disciple of Srila Prabhupada being a disciple of Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada. Like that. So in the Guru Parampara, the Akhanda Guru Tattva is a Samasti Guru, and we Jivas are saved by an individual Guru called Vyasti Guru, who for us in a living form, walking, talking form, is representing the Akhanda Guru Tattva. So there is a Samasti Guru, the Akhanda Guru Tattva, originating from Lord Balaram. It is Akhanda. And it manifests right now in this world in the 4 Sampradaya, in Kali Yuga. But the Guru Tattva is Akhanda. So the Akhanda Guru Tattva is there, called Samasti Guru. And then individual Gurus come in our life to save us. And they represent the Akhanda Guru Tattva, the Samasti Guru Tattva. And this individual Gurudev who is representing the Guru Tattva is called Vyasti Guru. Is that clear?
Is it not to be taken as Diksha Guru and Shiksha Guru? It's not something like that.
Anybody. Diksha Guru, Shiksha Guru doesn't matter. In Chaitanya Charitamrita it is said there is no difference between Diksha Guru and Shiksha Guru.
So both come under Vyasti Guru only?
Huh?
So both come under Vyasti Guru only?
Yes, when you put the title Guru, that this person is Guru, whether he is Shiksha Guru or Diksha Guru doesn't matter. That Guru, Shiksha Guru or Diksha Guru, is representing the Akhanda Guru Tattva. For example, Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur was not the Diksha Guru of Srila Baladev Vidyabhushan. Correct? Nor was Srila Raghunath Das Goswami initiated by either Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu or Sri Sarup Damodar Goswami. They didn't initiate Srila Raghunath Das Goswami. He was a disciple of Yadunandan Acharya. Correct? So our line is not so much, but we don't mention Sri Yadunandan Acharya in the parampara. We say Sarup Damodar Mahaprabhu, Sarup Damodar Goswami, Raghunath Das Goswami. Like that. So ours is not strictly a Diksha parampara. Ours is predominantly a Shiksha Parampara. It's not that Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu also initiated so many people. He gave like that. You chant Hare Krishna, serve Krishna. So anybody who follows the instruction is a Shiksha disciple. And the Guru becomes a Shiksha Guru if we follow their instructions. Diksha makes it perfect and complete, makes it formal. But ours is a Shiksha line. There are so many examples where, for example, Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur was never initiated by Srila Jagannath Das Babaji Maharaj. But he considered Srila Jagannath Das Babaji Maharaj as his Shiksha Guru, and that relationship was stronger than Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur's relationship with Srila Bipin Bihari Goswami. है ना? Diksha Guru is Srila Bipin Bihari Goswami. But we don't mention Srila Bipin Bihari Goswami in the Guru Parampara. We mention Srila Jagannath Das Babaji Maharaj because that relationship of Shiksha was stronger. So Shiksha Guru, Diksha Guru doesn't matter. Whoever is representing the Guru Tattva by giving Diksha and Shiksha or giving just Shiksha represents the Samasti Guru Tattva and is the Vyasti Guru in our life. Like that. Is that okay?
Yes, Prabhuji. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Shama Vallavi Mataji, last question.
Krishna Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranams. Prabhuji, yesterday I read that meaning for Gada, Prabhuji, one who holds Gada in the hand, and also Gada means one who encourages others by words. So I remembered you, Prabhuji, in spite of your busy schedule, you always encourages us by giving this class. It is so inspiring, Prabhuji. Prabhuji, my doubt is this. So one who in the purport 43, one who actually wants to be liberated from the entanglement of this material world and go back home, back to Godhead is actually a mystic yogi. Prabhupada has written. So generally we consider Ashtanga yogi as a mystic yogi, na Prabhuji. So this Bhakti yogi is also comes under this mystic yogi.
Mystic yogi comes under Bhakti. So Bhakti is the broader umbrella. And here when Srila Prabhupada says is the actual mystic yogi, Srila Prabhupada says yogi Ramapi Sarvesham. That person is the actual, because see, someone may be practicing yoga to get the Ashtasiddhis. Then that is not the actual yogi. Prabhupada says the actual mystic yogi is one who wants to go back home, back to Godhead, who wants to become free from the clutches of this material world. A person who is doing yoga practice to become famous, person who is becoming yoga practice to get siddhis, or to come on TV, or to have followers, or to earn money, that person is not transcendentalist. He's a materialist because all his aims and objectives are in the purview of matter. So a true spiritualist, a true yogi is that person who is aspiring to go to the kingdom of God beyond this material world, becoming free from the modes of material nature. So when Srila Prabhupada says that is the actual mystic yogi, Prabhupada is referring to one whose aim is Vaikuntha, not one whose aim is Dhanam Janam Sundarim. Mataji, can I take the hospital call? I am getting a call.
Thank you.
But we'll continue tomorrow, the day after tomorrow. Thank you. Hare Krishna. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you.